Hey guys, this video is all about everything whey protein, when to take it, what's superior about it, different benefits. Make sure and stick around for the whole video because we got some pretty exciting news that we're gonna announce. We're gonna confirm some truths and debunk a bunch of myths about whey protein coming up. I'm Billy Hinzo and I'm obsessed connecting real people to real supplements. Let's get into this video. So whey protein. Almost everyone has heard about it. It's the biggest origin of protein shakes to date that we have. Also the most confusing and maybe the most misleading product out there. You know, buying protein is not just buying protein. If you ever hear someone say, oh, protein's protein, it is not just simply protein. From cranberry extract protein to whey protein to casein protein to egg protein, there's a zillion different ones. They're not all the same, but primarily whey protein is what we're focused on right now. Whey protein, it comes from milk. There's two main proteins inside milk, whey and casein. Whey is very fast absorbing. It's in and out of your digestive system, depending upon whether you're getting pre-digested whey, hydrolysate, or you're getting whey protein concentrate or sweet whey. It's gonna be in and out within 15 to 25 minutes. That's a big benefit for people having it right after a workout. But it's also something where if you're gonna be trying to have like a meal replacement and make it last a long time, simply whey protein, you might be left hungry 30, 40 minutes later, so something you need to consider. But we're just gonna focus on the whey this time. We're gonna forget about casein for now. Casein's a slower absorbing protein, but again, we'll stick to whey. So whey protein. Let's start out with whey protein isolate. So whey protein isolate is something that everyone hears about. Whey protein isolate is guaranteed 90% bioavailable. You're gonna hear me use that term a lot. Bioavailability is key in our industry because you get a name of something. You get vitamin C, you get whey protein, creatine. The bioavailability of the ingredient means how much is living and available for your body to absorb and use. So that's huge. You know, if your car was only 10% bioavailable, you couldn't drive it. So just think about bioavailability as you're looking at supplements from now on, not just for protein, but for anything. So a whey protein isolate is gonna have 90% bioavailability. That's made huge strides in our industry as a very big landmark for what should you intake for protein. One of the big sort of drawbacks with isolate though is there's different ways to get to isolated protein. You don't just go and drink a glass of milk. It's not isolated whey. So companies have to do a certain amount of processing to get down to an isolate level of absorption. Usually one of them being ion exchange. Ion exchange isolate whey is very common. Ion exchange whey is really tough on your intestinal tract. So unless you're a bodybuilder trying to shave that last 1% body fat and need the absolute cleanest whey possible, then isolate might not be the best one for you. A regular consumer might want to be interested in something called whey protein concentrate. That's just basically, sounds just like what it is. It's a concentrated version of whey protein. So it's, extracted from milk, dehydrated, and made into a protein powder that you can mix and drink. So whey protein concentrate is probably what's best for most consumers. The problem is this is the biggest gray area in protein. You can ingest, if you're drinking a whey protein concentrate shake, by law, a company does not have to put what bioavailability it is. So remember I said isolate is synonymous with 90%. Now there's some isolates that are even higher. Some companies have a higher level of quality that they, isolate their whey down to. But whey protein concentrate can be anywhere between 34% bioavailable and 89%. And nobody has to tell you. They can just put whey protein concentrate, 100% whey, super whey, best whey ever. It doesn't matter. That can be 1% off of isolates absorption, or it can be really low absorption at like 30, 40%. To give you some perspective, cows, I have a buddy who's a rancher, and he up in Madeira, and he, gives his cows WPC 40 whey. So that's basically cow grade whey protein. That's not what you as a human being want to ingest. You can get a lot better. Now you start to think, okay, well, why would a company use a lower bioavailability whey protein? Why wouldn't they just use the best? That's because the best one is going to, you guessed it, cost a little bit more. So you're going to a lot of times get bigger conglomerate companies that use the bottom of the barrel because the lowest common denominator is going to be the best thing for their profit margin. Especially when you're dealing with food, you can't make protein in a lab. We have to get it from food. So there's no way they can create a higher quality whey. You have to use whatever you buy. It's a commodity. So whey protein concentrate is going to be that kind of a thing that you want to get the highest quality, but also, not have it mixed in with other things. So a lot of times you'll see on the front of a tub, whey protein isolate, right on the front, whey protein isolate. Then you get to the back of the tub and you'll see whey protein isolate blend with whey protein isolate and whey protein concentrate. Now, by law, that whole tub can be all concentrate with little sprinkles of isolate, and that's totally legal. They can put whey protein isolate all they want on the front. And as long as they put blend on the back, they can make that whatever ratio they want as well. So you want to get something that is either clearly detailing what they're using or not blending it with a bunch of different ways. So the best whey protein, that we've found is, with our line of protein at Kingdom Nutrition, we have a non-GMO WPC 85 whey from Milk Specialties that we use in our product. That's fantastic. Not only that it's non-GMO, which is great, but it's also 5% above the industry standard of a WPC 80. So we have a WPC 85. That's great because now when you're drinking a protein shake, your body's going to absorb at minimum 85% of that, and you're not going to have a lot of it wasted. Also, if you've ever noticed, I can't drink whey, I'm super bloated from whey protein. What's going on is all the excess filler in the lower grades of WPC, so WPC 30, 40, those are going to make you a lot more bloated because there's a lot more lactose still left over in the whey. Whereas the more refined it gets, there's less and less lactose, and your body doesn't have to break that down, so it digests really easy. So one thing you might notice about using a higher quality whey is it doesn't bloat you at all. In fact, you can digest it super easily and you feel great, and you get great muscle recovery and all those benefits. And a lot of people might wonder, when should I take whey protein? Sounds good. Why don't I just eat eggs after a workout? Well, aside from cooking eggs, it's a lot easier to make a protein shake in 10 or 15 seconds. But a whey protein shake, like I said, is digestible within that golden window of when your body finishes training. You want to get protein within 45 minutes of after you finish training in order to get the maximum recovery. So whey is going to be one of those things that's absorbable within that time frame. Chicken takes like an hour and a half to digest. Steak can take up to 4 hours to fully get into your bloodstream. So even if you're wolfing a chicken bowl from Flame Broiler, the second you get out of the gym, you're not going to get into your bloodstream as fast as whey protein. Eggs take 5 hours to digest. So those kind of things are what you need to consider when you're getting a protein source for after workout, whey being one of the most superior. Another great time is within 30 minutes of waking up, if you can get a whey protein shake, again, because it's quickly digestible. When you sleep, your body uses all of your nutrients to repair heart, liver, and kidneys and essential organs first. Then it'll give everything else left over to your muscle to recover. So by the time you wake up, you're on empty. And the sooner you get a protein source, the better. Now, unless you're doing something like intermittent fasting or ketosis diet or something that's, we can get into that in another day. But just for the average everyday person, if you want to kickstart your metabolism in the morning, make sure you start with a full day's worth of all the amino acids. I would get a whey protein shake within the first 30 minutes of waking up. So those are the two most important times to get protein, like right when you wake up, right after a workout. For people specifically training to gain weight and those kind of other things, or they're doing really hard training that's very taxing, they can implement a bedtime shake, but that's for most people not necessary. So maybe 1 to 2 shakes a day. That would be ideal for everybody. So to bring in an example of a really good whey protein is, we have our Kingdom Tower Guard ZEAL. So ZEAL is one of those products that we, over time have worked on the formula, and, it's about 5 years old now, and most of it has stayed the same. The biggest thing is making the jump into the non-GMO from Milk Specialties. It's 30 grams of protein per scoop. So we're going to have, a plenty of protein in each and every scoop. So that's 30 grams is a good metric to, pay attention to. That's, if you get a protein shake and it has, in the whole tub, or in the whole scoop, only 15, 16 grams, you have to pay attention to what else is in there. So not to say that there's anything wrong with carbs and fat, but if you're trying to buy protein, protein's the most expensive ingredient versus carbs and fat. So you want to get, if you're buying a lean protein, make sure it's mostly protein. So in our scoop, it's 43.4 grams and it nets 30 grams of protein. Whereas, there might be some products out there, I can think of some super popular lean proteins that it'll be a 44 gram scoop that nets 22. So basically half of it's not protein, and that's not ideal. Other things that are going on with ZEAL is entirely monk fruit sweetened. So monk fruit is a completely natural sweetener. It tastes a little better than stevia. Stevia also has to a lot of times be heavily processed in order to get it in the sweetener form that you're all used to taking. Most companies aren't just holistically growing stevia in their backyard and letting it dry in the sun and all this kind of stuff. They're mass producing it. So monk fruit is a lot better of a sweetener in my opinion. And we also use a couple grams of actual sugar. The reason being there is whenever you drink something that tastes artificial, usually it's because companies that are going for 0, 0, 0 everything, zero carbs, it's not naturally found in nature to have things that are just one source of something and zero everything else. So in the realm of protein, if you have a couple actual carbohydrates in there mixed with a little bit of sweetener, it'll taste a lot more natural, and you're not going to get that gross artificial aftertaste from people trying to dump in sweetener to mask the taste of something that's naturally not supposed to taste that way. So we have a little bit of monk fruit paired with a couple grams of sugar, so it has a real flavor and body to it. We also have real vanilla from Madagascar in our vanilla. We don't use vanillin or fake vanilla. We use the real deal. That's important because it just gives it a better vanilla overall taste and helps us stay in line with our non-GMO commitment there. The last thing about ZEAL I want to talk about is we have a full day's worth of probiotics in every scoop. So Ganeden BC30 is the probiotic that we use. Ganeden's this amazing company. BC30 is their probiotic that is the only, I believe still to this day, it's the only FDA approved probiotic that you can make claims about their probiotic. Whereas I'm sure you guys have seen, these statements have not been approved by the FDA. All that being said, this probiotic, Ganeden BC30, it is 100%, you can back up the claims by the FDA. The FDA sends there's white papers that say this is what is able to do for your digestion. So it's a real deal probiotic. It's stable at room temperature. It's not something that needs to be refrigerated or something like that. There's a day's worth in every scoop. Ganeden also makes companies use a day's worth in each serving. That's a cool thing about Ganeden is they're not letting anyone just sprinkle in a little bit of probiotics and say, oh, we've got probiotics. They've got a full day's worth. And any of the products that you see out there from Ganeden using the BC30, they have the commitment of we've all signed contracts, we being other people who are using the Ganeden probiotic, to use a full day's worth in every serving. So that's awesome. So being an American, red-blooded American, you're probably burning 10.5 billion cultures of probiotics a day. We have a really acidic diet, being Americans, with meat, coffee, energy drinks, this, that, and the other. We don't get enough vegetables. We don't eat enough to incubate a really healthy system for probiotics to live in. So a lot of us walk around deficient. So by having a really good probiotic in our protein that you're going to ideally be using every day, now we've combined a protein and a probiotic product into one. So that's one less product that you need to take every single day. And then ultimately, what's this going to do for me? Great, Billy, protein, I'm into it. Whey protein sounds awesome. Whey protein is going to help your body obviously recover faster. So if you're working out a lot, whey protein is going to provide the essential amino acids to repair you and rebuild you properly. It's going to also help boost your immune system. Your immune system runs off of protein. If you're not getting enough protein, it's really easy to get sick. It's really easy to, especially if you're starting to train really hard. And like I said, your body is using protein to run your immune system. If all of a sudden you're training super hard and your body has all this requirement for more amino acids to repair this muscle, your immune system can tank because you're not getting any extra supplemented protein to add to this new lifestyle you're doing. So you need to make sure and get more protein from somewhere, a protein shake being a great source. Also, this is going to help you just build a better physique, and overall your metabolism is going to run more effectively. If you're just like let's say you're a typical 9 to 5 working person, you wake up, you just skip breakfast because you're so busy. You have coffee, slam some Starbucks, something, maybe it's some sugar infused, latte of some sort and a bunch of coffee, and you're going to get jacked up from sugar and caffeine. That high is going to keep you going till about 11 or noon. You're going to have this huge lunch because you're starving from not eating all day. Meanwhile, your body's been in starvation mode this whole time because you're not feeding it. So it's actually storing fat and eating muscle, which is the opposite of what you want. You're going to hit this huge lunch, carb crash, have a really unproductive afternoon, have a monster dinner, and then just watch TV and Netflix and pass out and go to bed. Now, I'm not saying that's your life, but I'm saying I bet there's a lot of us that could resonate with that schedule. Me being one of them at certain points in my life, have not even had the best, eating and everything habits. So having a protein shake for first thing in the morning is going to set your whole day up to be a lot more effective. Just by getting your, those essential needs given to your body for protein and amino acids that you need to just run your immune system and your body properly and your metabolism, you're going to make better eating decisions throughout the rest of the day. You're not going to be at war with, your gut health the whole day trying to make sure that you're getting the right foods. You're going to be satiated first thing in the morning. You'll be able to make better eating decisions. Maybe you'll have a little bit of trail mix or something as a snack instead of having a ginormous, Subway sandwich. So that's just one of the ways it can help benefit you. Hey guys, I know we're just starting this channel out right now, but once we hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna do a protein giveaway. The way to enter is I want you to go on, leave a comment about something protein related. Can be about the video or something you just feel passionate about protein, and then like the video and subscribe. I'm gonna announce it once we hit 100 subscribers and hope you win. Thanks for watching this video. I'm sure you have a bunch of questions or comments about protein. Feel free to leave a comment. I encourage you to leave a comment, and even if you want to, send me an email or drop me a DM or something like that, feel free to reach out to me. I really want to engage with you on this. This stuff doesn't bore me. I went into nutrition because I love it. So go ahead and reach out to me, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. And again, if you like what you're seeing here and you want to be a part of this, please subscribe. And also, subscribes are becoming less and less of a thing these days. So if you don't hit that notification button, you might not be getting all of these videos. So make sure and hit that notification button as well. And really, I'm trying to build a community here. I'm not trying to just tell you something. Please comment, like, share. I learn new things every day about nutrition, supplements. Even though I've been doing this for 10 years, one thing I've learned is you learn new things all the time. So I'm happy to hear what your thoughts are, what your comments are. And so don't hesitate to, join in and be a part of this tribe. Thanks again for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram at BHinzo, Twitter at BillyHinzo, and definitely make sure and subscribe.